Today's First Friday read aloud is Jake the Fake Keeps It Real by Craig Robinson, Adam Mansbach, and Keith Knight. This is a short, kind of semi-graphic novel, obviously about a kid named Jake, but I'll try and show you the pictures as I go through and read chapter 1. Well, my plan of hoping that summer would never end and school would never start has failed. I probably should have seen that coming. Tomorrow is my first day of 6th grade at Music and Art Academy. That's a big deal. It's a school for gifted kids. You have to take a test to get in and do an audition. On your instrument if you're a music kid, and in your ballet shoes or your clown suit or with your paintings if you're a dance kid or a clown kid or an art kid or whatever. Though probably there are no clown kids, except for me. I'm basically the clown kid because I faked my way in. My audition was playing Song for My Father on the piano. I've played that song 17 gazillion times, give or take, so I play it really well. More important, my older sister Lisa, who is a senior at M&AA, told me ahead of time about all the sneaky, tricky stuff the judges were going to do, like make me switch keys in the middle, make me sing along with the song, that kind of thing. So I aced it, and all the judges clapped at the end. Though I'm sure they clap for every kid, even if he just burps the alphabet and walks off stage or hits himself in the head with a brick. But here's the thing. Song for My Father is the only song I can really play. Not counting baby songs that even a one-handed guy who's missing 2 fingers on his one hand could play. That guy's nickname would be Peace Sign, by the way. At some point, unless the entire middle school curriculum consists of playing Song for My Father over and over, they're going to realize that I'm not such a great pianist. I don't read music that well. I can't really improvise. Oh, and I kind of hate playing the piano. Also, on the academic admission test, I sort of checked my answers on the math part against the answers of Cyrita Simmons Kaperniski, who sat in front of me in 5th grade and is a math brainiac. And on questions where my answer was different from hers, which was most of them, I kind of changed mine to match up with hers. Cheating is wrong. I know that. And normally I'd never do it. But this was the most important test in my life, so I made an exception. I felt bad about it all summer, but I'm pretty sure I would have felt worse about flunking. The writing part, I did that all on my own. I was the best writer in my class last year. At least I thought I was. Righty, right-on McWriterson, they called me. Not really, I just made that up. So maybe I 1/3 deserve to get into Music and Art Academy? And maybe I have a 1/3 chance of not getting kicked out? That kind of math I can do. Now, Song for My Father really is a song for my father, because if he and my mom weren't so rah-rah about me going to M&AA, none of this would even be happening. Although really, the person who is most to blame is Lisa. Lisa is basically a unicorn. No, I don't mean that she has a horn in the middle of her forehead, but in the sense of being a rare and unique creature who just flies around the world on silvery wings, being adored by mankind. And also, she poops glitter. Well, obviously that's not true. But in actual real life, Lisa is A, a senior, B, who gets straight A's, C, and sang the national anthem at Wrigley Field last year. D, and is the editor-in-chief of the M&AA senior newspaper. And even though this might be weird to say because she's really my sister, E is really, really pretty. F, she changes her whole style of dressing and her hair at least once a week. G, no matter what she's wearing, even a jacket of my dad's that my mom likes to say he stole from a hobo, it always looks as if a team of fashion experts put it together for her. H, and somehow, despite all of this puke-inducing perfection, she's not stuck up at all. But she's sweet and kind to everybody. I, except me. I wouldn't say Lisa is mean to me exactly, but, you know, because some kids, like my best friend Evan, have older brothers and sisters who do stuff like hold them down and try to spit into their mouths, or hide in their closets and then spring out and scare them into peeing on themselves and film it on their phones and put it on YouTube. Lisa mostly just pretends that I don't exist. Or that I do exist, but she can't for the life of her figure out why or what I am. Most of the time she looks at me with a kind of supreme boredom, the way a unicorn might look at an egg salad sandwich. But since Lisa knows everything about Music and Art Academy, which is probably going to change its name to the Lisa Liston Academy when she graduates, I have been asking her for advice a lot this summer. I figure she's like a cheat code in a video game, and I need all the help I can get. The problem is, I can never tell if she's serious or messing with me. For a unicorn, she has a very good poker face. Her main advice has been that I have to do everything in my power to get Mr. Allen for homeroom. Your homeroom teacher is super important in 6th grade, according to Lisa, because you have most of your classes with him. And she swears that Mr. Allen is a total genius and the coolest teacher in the school. Well, maybe in the universe. Another problem is that I know approximately 0 kids at Music and Art Academy. Evan and every other kid I know is going to school at Dobler Middle School, 12 blocks from my house. Living within walking distance would have been a huge win, according to Evan, who lives 11 blocks away from school and 1 block from me, because we'd get an hour more sleep than all the kids who have to take buses, so we'd be better rested and able to achieve world domination. But now Evan will have to achieve world domination without me, and I'll be a sleep-deprived sucker on the bus. Lisa says I shouldn't worry because everybody comes in not knowing anybody. She says that's what a magnet school is, a magnet. It draws little metal shavings of talent to itself from all over the greater metropolitan area, which she claims is really cool because you get city kids rubbing up against suburban kids, rubbing up against kids who live way out in the sticks on farms and stuff, and have to wake up basically before they even go to bed in order to get to school. But everybody has something in common that's more important than whether they live in an apartment or a house or a barn, and that thing is skill. Well, except for me. Lisa is probably serious about this because she was looking right at me with big eyes when she said it. And also, she really and truly loves Music and Art Academy. But what she seems to forget is that she had friends from summer music camp and city orchestra and stuff like that when she started. Lisa also plays the alto saxophone really, really well. And if that is surprising to you, then you probably haven't been paying attention. So, M and AA was a big family reunion for her and all the other music dorks the second they walked in. Whereas I have not done any of that stuff because A, I'm not good enough. B, I never tried. C, I was busy playing horse with my driveway with Evan. And D, I'm not all that into music. So, maybe I'll be the lonely weirdo in the corner. Or the cool, mysterious stranger. Maybe I will reinvent myself as a strong, silent type who girls find fascinating until they get to know him and realize he's a total fraud. Great. Even my fantasies are depressing. I'm going to sleep. If you want to find out how Jake does in his first year at Music and Art Academy, you'll have to read Jake the Fake Keeps It Real.